La Trienal de Brujas 2024 invita al público a imaginar otros futuros posibles, explorando a través del arte y la arquitectura las oportunidades y los desafíos sociales, económicos y ecológicos que nos esperan. Para esta cuarta edición, las comisarias Sendi Gardi y Sebi Sampala han invitado a 12 artistas y arquitectos de todo el mundo a explorar el potencial oculto de la ciudad bajo el tema Espacios de Posibilidad. Sus intervenciones proponen una forma de redescubrir Brujas desde una dimensión nueva, conectando barrios urbanos y volviendo a vincular a las personas con la naturaleza. A través de monumentales intervenciones, los artistas transforman el casco histórico en un laboratorio de ideas que plantea otras formas de pensar el espacio, revelando la belleza y el potencial de lugares que a menudo pasan desapercibidos.
Material common, which is brick, and we tried to use this not to use for building the space, more to build or restructure this open field park so that people have some kind of gathering and also have a new scenery in the space in the city.
The project is an alive organism. It's also a garden of different soils, a chimera of different soils. They are all seeded and planted, so it's alive because with time plants will start growing and the fungi and bacteria and maybe also other animals will start appearing. So this is also a botanical experiment in a way. So this is the beginning of this process.
So there's a mix of things which are living, because there's bacteria, roots, plants, things that were alive and will of course become in the end the matter for whichever plants are born, and then there's and they meet together in this sort of landscape. It's like
according to a medieval map of this area, this was called Ramland, which was the place where you would put fabric on when it should dry, when they dyed it, on big wooden frames, Ram. And so we thought, okay, that's an interesting name, and then at the same time we were sketching on this pavilion, which also have a wooden framework with a fabric on it, and so it really kind of, the history and what we were doing came together in the name.
So this site used to be the center of Flemish textile production. That's why they were hanging close to dry.
Yeah, exactly. Most of the materials you see here we have gathered from very different places. Yes. So it was an interesting challenge trying to make sense of objects with radically different origin, you could say. What we see here is everything from trash, like things we found on demolition sites, debris from constructions, to kind of quite nice objects that we have kind of bought almost on antique stores. Yeah. And then of course it's all the plants, the crops that we have added here. So, and it's a eatable garden, so it's full with berries, spices, different types of vegetables. So the idea is to come here, not only look at stuff, but actually hang out, eat, smell, enjoy this open-air living room.
Con la relación entre distintas especies. En este caso trabajé con las abejas y los humanos. En Bélgica hay muchas comunidades de apicultores, específicamente en Brujas. Todas las piezas son hechas en cerámica en mi estudio en Berlín. Vienen también de una investigación que hice sobre cómo los humanos han creado hábitats para las abejas de distintos materiales, desde el antiguo Egipto hasta el Mediterráneo se hicieron muchos en cerámica, y específicamente en Europa, en Francia, en Alemania y en Bélgica las hacen más de paja y tienen una cobertura de lodo que sirve como aislante. Entonces todas estas formas las recopilé y las transformé y las traduje en piezas de cerámica. Ya he trabajado con estas columnas de cerámica en varias ocasiones. La primera vez fue en Oaxaca, en México. Y a partir de esa fecha comencé a trabajar con esta construcción de arquitecturas que hacen una historia. Es una cerámica de alta temperatura que tiene mucha chamota para que sea mucho más resistente, porque bueno, hay lluvia, hay sol, hay niños jugando en el parque, entonces es bastante resistente.
about a year and a half ago to see all the different sites, and we traveled and visited many locations in the city. And the garage that you came in was closed, and the garage door opened, and suddenly this fantastic garden opened itself up. And it's of course an old Beguinage, an old convent in a way, yeah. And still functioning to an extent in that way. Currently there are actually refugees staying here, so the Ukrainian refugees are staying and in this safe spot, in this hidden garden. And as you know, in the history of Bruges, the idea of lace and lace making was one of the crafts, historic crafts that happened in these in the cities. And so our practice works a lot also with fabric and the way in which we can apply fabric. So we thought we need to do something with that tradition of lace making and find a contemporary way, contemporary application of it. Person Mariana Popescu is also here. She's somebody we collaborated with. She works at the TU Delft and she does 3D knitting. So she has very large robots and machines and she knits fabric. And if you think of the tradition of lace making, there was actually something with patterns and instructions, and the ladies, they learned these sort of algorithms in a way and sort of produced it. And now these new algorithms are fed into the machine and produce this fabric. So it also raises questions around labor and how labor is shifting. Spatially, it is sort of in a way a maze. The idea is indeed that spatially, as you move through, it sort of questions where are you and how are you, in relation to the other.
To do something on this building, but not only on this building. I actually want the people to experience that road again, to make the whole way. And here I reused the motif of the carpets as like the thing that was hiding the road or something. Why do I find it so interesting? Because you probably saw that Bruges has some contemporary architecture since the European Cultural Capital in the year 2000. But there is no 20th century architecture. It's like the whole modern periods, either the buildings have been destroyed or they have been, people have just been building like in the old time, like this kind of pastiche. And so it's as like if this modern heritage is hidden somewhere under the carpet. And